and welcome to another episode of In the Art Studio with Miss Lundgren. I'm your host,
Miss Lundgren. I would like to first of all congratulate all of our proud graduates of Montlake. 5th grade, way to go. What an incredible time we've had. What an incredible time to be graduating. I'm hopeful for the future, knowing what each of you brings with you as you move on to middle school. Really proud. Really wish I could send you off in greater style, but we're going to do what artists do, and that is be resourceful with what we have in our surroundings. We've studied a lot of artists over our time at Montlake that used materials, found materials, one person's junk, which is another person's treasure. And today we're going to try to incorporate all those things that we've learned from artists like Jean-Michel Basquiat, who painted on cardboard, Tyree Geisen, who renovated an entire neighborhood in Detroit in the Heidelberg neighborhood, took a lot of old junk and tires and boards and turned them into like this beautiful living museum on the streets of his neighborhood. We looked at Noah Purifoy, who brought garbage from the Los Angeles riots in the 60s and took all of his old found burnt charred wood and old aluminum scraps and built an incredible living museum in the desert outside of Palm Springs. We are going today to take some old garbage, recycle, two staples of quarantine, coconut LaCroix, and the classic Red Baron cheese pizza, a personal favorite at our house. And we're going to turn these in to a very dignified graduation cap. It's true. We're going to turn this stuff into something that's wearable, fashionable, and timely for your graduation parade next week. So I'll give you a minute to find a box and maybe 2 boxes that have enough space to cover your noggin, which is your head, and we'll meet back in a minute. Okay, are you with me? Here are my 2 boxes. I'm going to really gently open these up. You know, cardboard is one of the greatest building materials. You want to find the seam of the box, and just really slowly, whatever type of box you have, put your thumb or finger through it so that you're not ripping and shredding. It's just like opening an envelope. Here's my big workspace. Same with the Red Baron. Pizza boxes are great for this because they already give you a natural square, which is what you're going to use for the top of your graduation cap. Big painting space. I'm going to keep this nice square. Hopefully you have some pretty durable scissors at home. I'm going to pick the better of the 2 pieces, and I'm going to trim off these side flaps. Can do any type of box will work. The thinner boxes, like cereal boxes and pizza boxes, are easier to cut through. We have all had to struggle through those big heavy boxes. And they are a lot harder on your hands. Okay. Pretty good? All right, this is going to be the rough draft of my cap. Now I need something that is going to fit around my head. I am going to need a long piece. So I'm going to take this, and this is going to be the band that fits around my head, and I'm going to cut a long strip off of this. And I would say to cut about 3 inches so that you have a nice 3-inch band. You can measure it or eyeball it. Oh my gosh, it's the perfect diameter. A LaCroix box is the perfect diameter for my head. I hope it's the same for you. So again, I'm going to cut these flaps off. Go pretty straight as you can. Even this out a little tiny bit. If you don't have a ruler or don't cut a straight line, no big deal. Now, you can either have the outer part of your box showing, or you can just use the cardboard side in case you're planning on decorating. So I'm going to take this, and I've measured it. Have a nice little bit of a seam. And depending on what supplies you have, you might have a hot glue. You can use your packing tape, masking tape, whatever you choose to fasten it with. And you could use a stapler too if you have one that works. And you're going to tape those seams together. I have a hot glue gun, but I don't want to cheat because I know not everybody's got one at home. I'm going to line up my edges, tape them. You know, I'm sure a lot of you have already done this because you've probably had a few graduation ceremonies. So maybe you're old hat to this project. I'm going to trim. I've got a little extra overlap there. I'm going to trim it so that I can really do a nice job taping. Okay, here's my headband. Really make sure that's strong. You do not want to have a wardrobe malfunction during graduation, trust me. Now this is still sort of shaped like a box. So I'm going to kind of just do some gentle bending. Okay, here's my cap. Here's my headband. Here's my cap. Now, how do I get this fastened onto here, especially if you don't have a glue gun? That's a great question. I'll show you. I'm going to take this second piece of my cap and I'm going to cut another band. And this is going to help connect the two pieces together. So I'll take this side. I don't want people to think that I work for Red Baron. I'm going to put that on the inside. I'm going to take my piece here and I'm going to tape it right in the middle here. This is going to help connect the top. Let's put two nice pieces of tape in there. And that piece is then going to fit in here. Okay? You can flip it over and tape those pieces inside. It's almost like we're making a pizza box table. If you haven't noticed, this is my first time doing this live on the internet. I'm gonna really fasten that in there. And that way, if you don't have a glue, hot glue, or whatever kind of masking tape you have, it should work. And that'll also act kind of like to fit your hat in place on your head. Oops. Okay. So here is your general hat. I am going to continue taping and making sure that's secure. You see the inside, the outside. Now, this is the most basic structure of a hat, graduation cap, if you will. It is your job to customize this. Not one single one of you is the same. You each have your own creative style, your own flair, your own razzle-dazzle. I want you to take your cardboard hat or your paper hat and do something extraordinary with it, just like I want you to do with your life and continue doing with your life. So I'm going to work on this. I'm going to see what kind of things I have around the house. I know I've got a lot of cardboard recycles tomorrow, so I'm going to look and we'll meet back and see what we come up with, okay? Welcome back, almost graduates. Here's my rough draft. I decided to go 3D, and because you're the class of 2020, I cut out a couple of cardboard numbers, 4 to be exact, 2020, and fastened them on the top of my hat, just using a real simple fold in the cardboard to give it some stability. I also added a chin strap because just in case I'm waving out the window or the skylight in the car, I have ultimate movability for the graduation party that is about to commence. Okay? You can add color, you can add doodads, you can add jewels, paint, foil, you name it, whatever you have sitting around the house. I might just keep mine cardboard and au naturel. I am ready for the party. I might even make a cardboard bow tie to really jazz up. Thanks for joining me, 5th graders. I can't wait to see your graduation caps. They will be unlike any others that have been walked in any procession anywhere in the world. I can't wait to see them. Happy graduation. Montlake will never be the same without you. We look forward to seeing all the great things that you'll accomplish out there in the world. Peace, love,